you can go about the rest of your life with a hole in your heart. Nobody's the same. None of the girls that you see come even close to her. Everything is dark. Food is not the same. You just keep watching the same videos on YouTube. You don't want to go out. You don't want to talk to your friends. It's like your soul is crushed. She doesn't care. She doesn't talk to you. And it's like when you have a fever. You know how you feel when you have a fever and when everything is dark? You have to wait, sit home until it passes a few days. You have pain in your body. Except it's longer, except it's more intense, except it's from different texture of feeling. When you have to change your realities. And I want to think about what you want to do next. Because you have to make a choice, dude. You have to make a choice and decide what you want to do with the rest of your life. If you don't actively do things that change your situation, not only your situation won't change, not only these feelings stay, it could even get worse. And I want to push you here to make that decision consciously. If you want to continue like this, if you want to continue sad, if you want to continue suffering, desperate, if you want to think about all the things that you had with her, your house, your memories, your songs, if you want to keep looking at her social media, keep looking at the pictures, you can. It's completely your right. Nobody can tell you don't do it. But fast forward a little. Look at it in 1 month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now. Do you want this hole in your heart? Because this feeling is very addictive and you can stay there and you can think about it every day, and those thoughts turn to emotions. Then those emotions, what you feel right now, becomes an addiction. And you can stay there for a long time. Or you can change it. You can decide that I don't want to feel like this anymore. You have to get tired. Some guys have high tolerance for pain and they just don't want to change. So, you know what, I wait here until things go back to the way they used to be. It will never be the same as how it used to be. It will be different. If you're strong, if you decide to move forward with your life, then there is a chance that things go the way you want them to. But if you submit to this sadness, if you accept the defeat, if you choose to be sad the way you are right now, not only she won't come back, this pain will be dragged with you for a long time. So the best thing you can do, you have to completely change the way you look at this. You have to completely break down all of your beliefs about her, about your relationship, about all of your experiences with her, about all of your memories, and you have to build new beliefs. For example, you thought you guys were going to be together. You are thinking that all of the things that you guys experienced together, all of those memories, all of those nights out dinner, all of those nights getting drinks together, having incredible sex, waking up together, going for brunch together, all of that, you thought that is how things are going to be. But a breakup or a divorce or loss of somebody that you love, it teaches you a lesson that, dude, that was just one chapter. Now you can say, dude, I don't want to accept that. Ben, I don't want to accept that it was just a chapter. It doesn't matter what you want to accept. That's behind you. And until the day that you break that belief and you accept that life is a series of seasons, like a sequence of seasons. There's summer, there's spring, there's spring, there's summer, then there's autumn, then there's winter. Then again there's spring, then there's summer, and there's autumn and there's winter. This sequence doesn't stop. Now you're going through this winter. It doesn't matter how badly you want things to go backwards. So you be in summer last year, but last year is not coming back, dude. Next year is coming. And if you want to move forward, you have to accept. Acceptance gives you power. If you don't accept, like some of the guys that are having program, the dude just doesn't accept. He just doesn't even hear when I talk to him about this. And it's okay, because you can't fake this. If you don't accept that things have changed, it's kind of like someone who doesn't want to accept that, all right, now it's night. Oh no, I want the sun to be back, but you gotta wait. You gotta go to bed, you gotta sleep. Or when it's morning, it's gonna be night. That's just how things work. But most people don't have education about relationship. I didn't have education about relationship when it first happened to me. It's like you feel entitled to be with that person for the rest of your life, but there's absolutely no entitlement. Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't owe you anything. And you gotta grow a thick skin right now here. Look, I'm not saying don't be sad. I'm not saying don't cry. I'm not saying don't be upset these days. You can do all of that. You should do all of that. You should not accumulate negative emotions. Go look at my videos about how to cry. Go listen to all of the videos that I did with Sean and release all of those negative emotions, but don't let it become longer than it should be. And it's hard, man. It's hard because it's like accepting the death of something that you love the most in your life. It's not that just you can just say, okay, accept it. It needs work, and it will happen. It will change, but you have to do the work for it to change. What is the work? Write all the beliefs that you had about that person, about that relationship. For example, you believe that you guys are going to be together forever. You believe that you're going to have kids, or if you have kids, you believe that you're going to be family forever. You believe you're going to, I don't know, maybe you bought a house together. Maybe you've been in that house for 5-6 years. Maybe you believe that you're going to be in this house for a long time. Write all of the things that you believed are going to happen that way. Write it down and take a good look at it. Now you gotta build the equal of that, but for your current situation. And then you gotta transition from living this to living this. Every day you have to shift it because your mind flips back to this, because change is difficult. Your mind is going to resist. If you don't have confidence, like most people don't have confidence really after relationship, because relationship, you learn to do that relationship, but your confidence for out of the relationship kind of goes down. So you have to build a new life while your confidence about this life is low. And that's why it's scary, that's why you resist, that's why your system doesn't want this. There's certain things you need to do. You need to get back to socializing. You need to fight with social anxiety. It's a big one. That's why I highly encourage you to start working the basic gradual desensitization about social pressure. Some guys don't believe in it, but I've been working with this for long enough to know with certainty that you have to socialize. If you do everything else right but you don't socialize, this is not gonna work and you're gonna get stuck where you're at. You gotta socialize. You gotta be socialized, but not around alcohol, not around any sort of drugs. You gotta build a new routine for yourself for life. What time you wake up, you gotta learn that every morning you gotta roll out of the bed, you gotta do the morning exercises, you gotta get into doing those 2-3 minute cold showers, you gotta do your planks in the morning, you gotta change your food, you gotta cut sugar, you gotta cut alcohol. You basically have to build a new life, dude. You have to build a new life. If you work 9 to 5, it's gonna be a bit more difficult because there are so many triggers and reminders around, but you have to basically build a new life, a life that you never lived before, so you can stop these feelings. If you don't do this, if you want to continue doing the same things that you were doing with her, the feeling resists, the feeling stays there. So build new routines, write the beliefs that you had about the past, change, all gone, and you will get over it. Sooner or later you get over it. If you want the pain to stop, cut all the triggers. You need to get the closure. If you can get closure with her, great. If you cannot, do it with yourself. Write it down, and if you're in the program, I can help you with this. If you're not in the program, get in the program. Because for you to move forward, either with or without her, you need to rebuild yourself. And rebuild yourself means you have to find peace in the new setup. So do all of those routines. new schedule. If you can move, awesome. Change places, so pictures, that perfume, the beds, the pillows, all of that don't remind you of her. So attack it from every angle so you can move forward faster and you can build your life again faster, because I don't want you to continue to suffer. It's me and you, us versus the resistance to change that you have. And for you to move forward, for you to build a new life, you have to stare it in the eye, rebuild all of this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. There was a day in your life that this girl didn't exist. Maybe it was 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer. But you managed to build it. And you did this, man. You built this. You go back to see how cool you used to be before this breakup. You gained relationship confidence, but you lost single life confidence. Now you have to go back there, and it's really scary, maybe even more scary than before, because you're rusty, because your confidence is down, and you have to learn all of those skills that you had when you met this person. If you haven't already, make sure you read my book. The link is in the description. If you want me to help you move on, recover from this breakup, do everything right to rebuild a good relationship between you and her, after you read my book, send me a message and I'll help you. Remember, it's all up to you. You're in the dark right now, but you can come out of it. And it's just a decision. And ask yourself, do I want to live for the rest of my life with a hole in my heart and be one of these dramatic, sad people who accepts that life is bitter and sad? Or do you want to come out of it, be happy, move forward, do the right thing so you can create more experiences? Because problems with life never end. They will never end. These problems will never end. Life is one thing after another. Don't get stuck on any of these. Do the grieving of the relationship, do the sad part, whatever you need to do to move forward. Let's go to the next chapter of your life. This is Ben. See you in the next video.